120 officers.
Well, you may live in a floodplain tonight, even if you're still in the same house you've always lived in. The federal government has extended floodplain boundaries, meaning more Oklahomans may need flood insurance. News on 6 reporter Dan Bewley has the new details.
We've seen all too often the dangers of flooding in Oklahoma. It's a natural disaster that can strike quickly and destroy nearly everything in its path. Now, the Federal Emergency Management Agency has increased the size of the floodplains in Rogers and Wagoner counties.
These are the preliminary firm maps.
Megan Green is the director of the Planning Commission in Rogers County. She spent months going over the maps that show the extended floodplains.
Everything that's in this area right here is considered the floodplain.
If you live in a 100-year floodplain, that means there's a 1% chance every year that your property will flood. And it means you must buy flood insurance. Green says FEMA extended the floodplains by removing the buffer that surrounds the old floodplains. It's something, she says, that's done time to time as more homes are built into the countryside.
As development occurs, studies are done on these properties to determine if, maybe the floodplain is broader, maybe it's smaller.
If you're new to the floodplain and the feds say you have to get flood insurance, you can appeal. The catch is you need to hire an engineer. And that could cost quite a bit of money. But Green says it may be worth the check, saying some engineers have already found discrepancies on the new maps.
In some areas I've noticed whenever I look at the floodplain on our existing maps, it looks like if there was a creek, they would just extend it on out, like that on our old flood map. They would just extend the floodplain on out.
Dan Bewley, the News on 6 Tonight.
We have a link to FEMA's flood maps inside the web version of this story at newson6.com. Now, you have until September 29th to file an appeal.